welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Another live reaction to the Champions League draw. We did it obviously for the last few years now, Europa Leagues and all that while in the mud. Champions League, especially the league phase. We did this last year as well for this point, the path, what they're calling now the path to the final now. This is the final draw of the season in terms of it's all going to be done literally last 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final, or your route, who you potentially could play all the way to the final, instead of doing like round of 16, come back for a quarter-final, semi-final draw, and then leaving it at that. No, it's just a one draw today, all in one hit. We find out what sort of draw we're on in terms of they call the blue side or the silver side of the draw, and depending on what side of draw, you could have a very tough run, depending on no matter who you are, could have a very tough run to the final, or a very laid back, chilled, expected to do well, but we'll see how we go, sort of route to the final, basically, for all respective clubs. There is also a very high potential of a all-English round of 16 affair between Newcastle and Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea qualified in the league phase by the top eight, the automated top eight stuff, and Newcastle did a playoff and they won comfortably over two legs, really comfortably. And basically, so Newcastle had the potential they could play either Chelsea in a normal English affair or the mighty Barcelona in the Nou Camp, because now that's reopened now. So yeah, that's one of their two potential boats for the round of 16. Arsenal, going from an Arsenal point of view, we'll play either a trip to Italy to play Atalanta, or a trip to Germany to play Bayer Leverkusen. Should have been a North German affair, but either which way, in terms of should have had Leverkusen or Dortmund, but Dortmund decided to bottle it, quite literally, in their tie against Atalanta. So twice, it is what it is. But also got Gavin in the chat, so they're like bonjour. Tom's in the chat. Hello, Tom. How you doing? Jeanette, how you doing? Give me your thoughts as well. Obviously, who do you want? Not out of obviously from an Arsenal point of view or neutral point. Who do you want to see matched up in the next round? Who do you want Arsenal to avoid? Do you want us to play Man City potentially in the quarterfinals, or do you want us to be on the other side of the draw of each other and potentially meet the final if we both get that far? Give me your thoughts on that. You might be singing out on Sunday. Okay. You're very confident. For someone so confident, you wasn't jumping at the offer of a bet last night in the chat I saw. Just saying. Mr. Tom, all these aren't we on Saturday evening? Yeah, of course we are. 100%. I might even do a hate watch to that, actually, in terms of, just because of who you're playing. I might actually do a hate watch in terms of hating the team you're playing. Just be clear. Juventus in it to go get knocked out. Does that make you feel better? Well, I think we've proven we can beat Inter Milan on their turf as well. So if Inter had gotten through and we was on the same side of the draw and could potentially meet quarterfinals, semi-finals, whatever, I wouldn't have minded it. Juventus aren't the Juventus they're not the Juventus under Massimo Allegri the first time round, when they had that 9-year dominance in their own league, and they're the only decent team in Italy doing well in Europe, basically. They're not that Juventus and all. They're proven by Galatasaray they were gettable quite easily. If my team again, I'm not fast. In terms of, and either we're getting to round of 16 or not fast, I think we can do them. Especially being the home leg. The second is the second leg, because the top four, all the top four sides currently, their home leg will be the second leg. If they get through, it'll keep going that way until they meet, and then they have to work it out that way. And obviously, we're the highest ranked because we obviously won the league phase, whatever they call it. So no matter what, if we met Bayern Munich again, we'd be the home team in the second leg. If we met, Tottenham. Who else came third? Basically, whoever came third and fourth, if we meet them, we are still the home team in a second. And we get the advantage because we were higher ranked in the league phase. I want you to be on the toughest side of the draw possible. Well, bear with me because I was going to sort this out. See if I can find the little table thing that the UEFA put out. I don't know if I can find it. Just bear with me if I can, because they will be going up in the next 2 minutes. So we'll go turn that on as well soon. But the potential X, Y, and Z. One sec. Mouse. So bear with me. I can find you. If it's on here, I can find the actual table thing that tells who could potentially get who. I mean, you really, I don't know. It's a tough one for you. You don't want to be on our side of the draw in one sense, because if we're on the tough side of the draw and you're on the same side, you're fucked. Chelsea, from a Chelsea point of view. Not because we're on that side, but there'll be a lot of big guns on that side. Ideally, because of where you're at as a club, you need to be on the other. You need to be on the good side of the draw. We've got a decent enough chance to do well, basically. Barcelona, Gov. In the round of 16, it's Newcastle or Barcelona, and then it goes from there. Let's see if it's on live yet. I was waiting for UEFA to actually start proceedings. All 9 English sides still in Europe. Genuinely impressed. Yeah, massively impressive considering a good chunk of them. Obviously, Newcastle had to do a playoff because they couldn't get the only team out of the 6 that didn't get top 8. But in the other competitions, like Forest having to do a playoff, Palace had to do a playoff. Did someone else do a playoff? I'm trying to fucking think now. So yeah, Palace had to do a playoff in the Conference League, which is bizarre, but then that's how they've been going for the last couple of months. But I think they just about got through last night. Forest got through against Fenerbahce. That's carnage. I've seen the carnage that ended up in the City ground. That's interesting. If there's only English fans that are a problem, guys, there's only English club fans that are issues. Hi, Austin as well. Right, draw back salty. Oh, fucking okay, just go live. That'd be fantastic. Oh, great, Newcastle Brussels, just fucking great. Newcastle, I think you'd rather Newcastle. I think, my opinion, you'd rather Newcastle. It's an all-in. You're prepared. I'm assuming because you're to be tough, so your home will be tough. At least that now. I understand all right. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not really fussed what side of the draw we're on. There will be people that are going. If we are on the tougher side of the draw, we've got to play Madrid or Man City quarterfinals, potentially this, that, and the other. They will have a meltdown. If you want to win this sort of competition, you've got, unlike Chelsea, when Chelsea win it for the boat, especially the second time round, in terms of just being overall as a squad, not all that. The audio sucked. Is anyone else having issues with the audio? One sec. Oh, because this might be. There we go. Does that work now? Is that better now? Because I literally had the sound on my other monitor just so I could hear the thing, but I can just watch it, can't I? So it's fine. If the sound is better, let me know. Oh, we got a Barcelona fan. Good afternoon, Barcelona FC is heaven. Not really. You're not what you once were, and I don't know. But I personally, because of 2006, there's no disrespect to it as a whole, but because of 2006 and the offside goal that should have never fucking counted, and the bullshit referee performance in terms of not playing the advantage and let you go 1-0 up with Dudovich Julie scoring the goal and let Lehmann stay on the pitch and just giving them a fucking warning, basically, in the aftermath of it all, and let us come back that way. I kind of hate Barcelona because you've done us out of history for being the first club to win the Champions League, London club. And now that's obviously Chelsea got that tag, but we could still be the first North London club. I hang on to that. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I have it closer because the sound comes through better, in my opinion, anyway. It still comes through. If I put it back on its stand thing, I say put it back, but you know what I'm saying. The sound's still there, but it's obviously further away, and it's just like I don't want to have to raise the voice completely just to get you, so you get the same pitch volume that you're getting now. Paris Saint-Germain, that's another one that had to do qualifying for the second year in a row in the playoffs, and just literally by a goal got through against their French neighbours Monaco. Fair play to Monaco, they gave it they left it everything on the table and gave it their all. Atletico de Madrid. I think that's it. Tottenham. That's the fucking Tottenham. I think out of the two teams, the toughest team they could potentially get is, I believe, I'll show me in a sec. I believe is Atletico Madrid. If Tottenham get Atletico Madrid, they are getting kicked out. I know we beat Atletico in the league phase, but we're Arsenal. It's Tottenham for fuck's sake. And Tottenham side in the mud. Galatasaray as well. I think they can get Galatasaray. Yeah, I think it's Galatasaray or Atletico for Tottenham. I think. Don't hold me to that. It's fucking surprise package now, as they're showing now. Bodo Glimt. That's the main surprise of the overall Champions League as a whole. Yeah, because they've got this. They've got this side. They've beaten Man City in the league phase. They've then gone and played Inter Milan over 2 legs and annihilated them. Could PSG, City, and Real be on your side of the draw? Well, it could be on your side of the draw as well, to be fair. It depends. It'd have to be an absolute masterstroke by UEFA to have every heavyweight on one side of the draw. In terms of the Arsenal, PSG, City, and Vales and all that in one side of the draw, they're more likely going to even it out and put half one side, half the other, just to even it out. So there's a potential big almighty one in the final, basically, like, as always. If you get, it depends. The thing is, Barcelona could be on. Yeah, that could be a case, but also in the same instance, you get Newcastle in the round of 16. You could still be on our side. You could still be on our side of the draw. That's who's on what side hasn't been decided. Everything it decides today gets decided today. Sorry. Samenda, I saw you. I butchered your name now. I apologise. I will get better on that one. But I saw you in the chat last night for Liam's show with the girls. Welcome to the channel, and yeah, good to see you coming back. Clearly liking what we're doing over here. So obviously hit that like button, spread the word. That'd be massively appreciated. Sorry. But I'm good. I'm really good. How are you as well? It's mad to be I'm so used to Champions League times being a 12:30 draw, but UEFA being UEFA. No, Champions League Thursday, and we'll do the conference and Europa League after. Realistically, in my opinion, they should have done the Europa and the conference and Europa Leagues now, and then done the Champions League at lunchtime. Well, Rakitic is doing the draw. Even Rakitic is doing the draw today. It's amazing how the final was in Budapest, by the way, in Hungary, and throughout this season, obviously today's the final draw the final draw. But even in the league phase draw, they didn't get anyone from Budapest or Hungary in general. That's that an international player like Zoltan Gila or something like that. Nope. It's just obviously Rakitic today, who's Croatian, ex-Barcelona, and I can't remember who it was now, but I think it was another big gun from like Madrid or something like that. But it was it wasn't a Hungarian player in sight. But they like to make a thing of every year. Oh, host city, we get a play from the host city sort of thing. Nope, not this year. I wonder how that's gone down in Hungary. Sort myself out. Sorry. They've obviously introduced him onto the stage. He's having a little chat. The usual prolonging of the inevitable basic of a draw. Oh dear. In my cynical mind, I would love it if Man City got the tough side of if Man City could get the toughest side of the draw and we was on the other side. I'd love it because they've got to go hell for leather in every single game basically, and we still have to go hell for leather, but we'll be expected to do well, this, that, and the other. The intensity wouldn't be the same as what they'd have the pressures on them basically. Plus the title race and League Cup final, FA Cup runs. Plus, I just want to see City until we get this announcement of their verdict. I want to see City suffer. Have we still got to go through the draw procedure? Yeah, basically. I mean, they've got the bowls ready. The bowls are in the respective bowls and this, that, and the other. But yeah, they're going to do the whole procedure of who plays, the seeded team, who's out first, the ones that have come, and obviously who they can play. And then they're going to decide, oh, you're on the silver side or you're on the blue side of the draw, and then go from that. From everything, it's going to be a bit of a prolonged one, by the looks of it. Let's remind. It's a little VT of reminding teams how teams got here, even though we all know. I guarantee they're going to do a VT. I guarantee. Yeah, they're pulling the camera away. So, oh. Man in the middle, still having a chit chat amongst people in the room. This is the one thing I don't like. There we go. Told you, VT. That was an ad break. Oh, here we go. So, PSG, Newcastle. So PSG, Galatasaray, Madrid, and Atalanta are on the silver side of the draw. And on the blue side is Newcastle, Atletico, Bodo Glimt, and Leverkusen. The teams that have already gone through the playoffs they've been decided what side of the draw they're on, blue or silver. And now it's dependent on if we get Atalanta, we are on the silver side, and we could potentially play Real Madrid, basically. So seeding pairs number 1 and 2 is obviously Arsenal and Bayern. Liverpool, that's it. Liverpool and Knuckle Draggers are 3rd and 4th. 5th and 6th for Chelsea and Barcelona. The 7th and 8th, Sporting Club Portugal and City. I've not seen the video. I've seen reports that could be one of the potential punishments basically coming their way. So yeah, ideally, we want Arsenal want Leverkusen. Arsenal want to go to Germany basically to avoid a potential. Just because the one thing as much as I say I don't bring on any one sort of thing, I cannot have in April Man City, Arsenal, yeah, in Premier League, Arsenal, Man City in the Champions League. Cannot be doing that because Man City will pump Madrid if they're on that side of the draw. However, if Man City on the other side of the draw, on the blue side, then I'll be happy having the silver side because Madrid we can beat comfortably. I mean, They're not. We showed it last year, and that's not been arrogant just because of last year, but even this season, they're not the same. I mean, Benfica, that whole situation. The only reason they got through that because that whole situation that went off over the two legs, especially in the first leg, and it carried over into the second. It was more that gave us a bit of momentum there, but Benfica, I think it's Benfica, it's Mourinho for fuck's sake. Let's not forget Benfica only just got into the playoffs by a goal in the last second by the goalkeeper. Will the 60 points deducted relegate them? Well, potentially the point deduction wouldn't happen now this season. It would probably happen in the off season. So they'd start with a minus 60. So yeah, they would be relegated basically for balls kicked. If the Premier League went to this thing of right here, right now, 60-point deduction now, and that's it. A, it'll kick off because that's bullshit. B, it wouldn't relegate. As I say, it's bullshit. But it ends a title race, so they won't do that now because it will end title race there and now. We will confirm champions basically for a few games. So it will be a obviously it'll be either before or inside basically in the off season of domestic football is when they'd probably do that. And then they'll start the season minus 60. But it's got to be. I'm sorry, if they're found guilty on every charge, it's got to be. Oh, it's 7 and 8, so it's going to be Sporting or City out first. Which side of the draw are we going to put them on now? Take your time, Rakitic. It's fucking hell. Manchester City are the first team out. Yet again, Man City versus Real Madrid. So they are on the silver side of the draw. So we need to avoid. Arsenal don't want Atalanta now because basically there's a potential of. I knew this was fucking happening. As soon as I saw the potential of what it could be, I knew this would happen. I don't want Man City 3 fucking times in April, pretty much back to back as well. Sporting Club de Portugal. Bodo Glimt versus Sporting Lisbon. That'll be an interesting one now, especially how Bodo have been doing so far this season. So it seems to be a seasonal, an annual thing now, Madrid and Man City, no matter what. And didn't they play each other in the league phase as well, them two? I swear they did. Next out is teams 5 and 6. So Chelsea, here we go. Gav, Chelsea are out. Oh, you're fucked. You are fucked. Chelsea versus PSG. PSG being at home in the first leg, I think. Yeah. You got the European champions, Gav. So that means Barcelona will play Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle versus Barcelona. Newcastle being the home side. Obviously, Barca will be hosting in the second leg. That's a nice little draw so far. Take the third and fourth seeds. So there'll be Tottenham and Liverpool out next. Liverpool. I saw a graphic that said Barcelona. Sorry. So Galatasaray versus Liverpool. Oh, okay. Galatasaray, the home team, in the first leg. Anfield might be you'd expect Liverpool to get through that. So that means knuckle draggers, Tottenham. Atletico Madrid. I told them the team they wanted to avoid. They got Atleti versus Tottenham Hotspur. With Atleti being at home in the first leg, Tottenham, you're screwed. 2 and 2 Atleti versus Tottenham. 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 2 and 2 Atleti ver And obviously this is it now. I guarantee we're going to be on the Man City side. I know we are. I know it. I'm assuming this is play at Atlanta on the silver side. I can see it. Oh, Bayern Munich. Atalanta versus Bayern Munich. So we're going to Arsenal will be going to Germany to play Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen will be the home team in the first leg. Arsenal at home in the second. We're on Arsenal. It's confirmed now. Arsenal are on the blue. There's Keon. There's Arsenal on the blue side of the draw. We're on Tottenham side of the draw, I think. I'll show this graphic once it's all played out afterwards as well. So we're on tough side, silver side. Silver side, yeah, Chelsea. Sorry, yeah, here we go. So yeah, here we go. You got obviously you got Paris, and then if you get through that, you got Galatasaray. Quarterfinal between Liverpool and Chelsea potentially. Oh my god! If you get past PSG, you have Liverpool. Let's need to go back a bit, just a brief second, to read them all out. I'll read out the maps of who can get who. Assuming Bayern do their job, do what you expect them to do. There we go. So on the silver side of the draw, you got overall is obviously PSG, yourself, Galatasaray, Liverpool. The winners of them 4 teams from them 2 games play each other in the quarterfinal. In the other round of 16, you got Real Madrid, Man City, Atalanta, Bayern. You are on the top side of the draw, yes. And the winners of the Madrid-Man City game will play either Atalanta or Bayern Munich, more likely to be Bayern. This is sort of set itself perfectly for us in terms of Man City having to play very intense games, home and away, in the tough period of the season. That could favour. I was saying it will. It could. On the other side of on the blue side of the draw, obviously Newcastle versus Barcelona and Atleti versus Tottenham. The winners of the games will play each other in the quarterfinal, and then the bottom half of the blue side of the draw, Bodo Glimt versus Sporting Lisbon, Leverkusen versus Arsenal. The winners of them 2 games will play each other in the quarterfinal, and then we'll meet the winners of the top half of the blue side in the semi-final, basically. So worst case, looking at this, assuming we get through Leverkusen, we would get past Leverkusen, and there's no matter be it Bodo or Sporting, quarterfinal. Assuming we get past that as well. As a worst case scenario, we'd have to play Barcelona, or not playing Tottenham. So Barcelona or Atleti in a semi-final, potentially, assuming Newcastle don't pull off a miracle and knock out Barcelona. Yeah, Tottenham aren't getting past round 16. They're getting Atleti will knock them out, I think, over the 2 legs. The fact that Atleti are at home is going to be massive for Atleti. They're going to make that first leg count massively, and Tottenham are a weird club, and as I say, I know it's 1 game against us, obviously, but I didn't see anything from Judah that basically convinced me that, you know what, I'm getting an North London Derby next season. So we've been nice there. We have really actually been nice, because all the tougher English sides are all on the other side of the draw. Sorry, Gav. And even Madrid, I think Madrid we beat. This is on the other side of the draw. On the other side of the draw, that teams that could have caused us, if we was on that side, on the silver side, the teams that could have caused us problems potentially. Obviously, PSG being the holders, and we played them last season over 2 legs, and look how that played out. Because Chelsea, just because of the European pedigree. Again, back to the side, European pedigree does count for something on European nights. We should get past you, but you've got that European pedigree, so that might count for something. Liverpool, obviously, Real Madrid. I think we'd be able to beat. City would do us, and Bayern could have been a banana skin as well. So really, I mean, there's from an Arsenal point of view, again, can we bias or whatever? There's no excuse for us not to get to the semi-finals this year. We've just got to obviously just again give Leverkusen their respect, and they've turned things after a dodgy start to the season. Obviously, have turned things around to be at this point in the Champions League. We've just got to go to Germany and Leverkusen, get a result, even if it's a 1-1 or a draw in any capacity. I don't think we will draw. I think we will win there by a goal or two. But just take something back to the Emirates in the round of 16 game. Quarterfinals, again, if it's Bodo, be fucking smart. Don't make mistakes on Man City and Inter Milan, basically, put it that way. When it comes to the first leg at Bodo Glimt, if it was to be Bodo, and obviously, as I say, take something back. The important thing is, as I say, the main thing I'm taking away from this, take something back to the Emirates, take a result back to the Emirates, have it in our hands, finish the job at the Emirates in the second legs, respectively. And semi-finals, I mean, it's in my opinion, unless Barcelona don't turn up, it's more like it's going to be a Spanish team. It's Barcelona or Athletic, but unless the only way it's going to be a Newcastle, for example, and not a Barcelona or Athletic, is if Newcastle knock out Barca and get a bit of a confidence boost and get to the semis. Other than that, I think we pay for Barca or Athletic. I think Barca and Athletic have been nice there as well. Really, really nice. So really, our toughest game en route to the final, assuming we can get there over the line to the final come May in Budapest, will be the semi-final, which at that point is expected realistically, even before this new format. So I'm actually happy to draw. And again, on our day, we can beat Barca. We've proven this season at the Emirates in the league phase. Athletic, we can deal with their tactics and kill them off one way or the other. An easy FA Cup drawn and now an easy way to the finals. It was just that was put like I was fully expecting. I had a gut feeling I'm going to put us on the silver side with Man City. But if anything, that's done. City being on the other side and obviously having to play Real Madrid again, even though they should get past Real Madrid, but having to play them over 2 legs and then more likely over 2 legs of Bayern Munich, that could do us a massive favour, to be honest, in the round 16 quarterfinals, respectively, in that time frame, in amongst the title race and all that. That could do us a massive favour. Independent of who Leverkusen, obviously, we do have to go. Respect all the teams, but full strength as full strength as possible. Bodo and Sporting, if it's Sporting, kill the tie in the first leg at their gaff, and a bit of rotation in the second leg side. Would the Champions League ever be? You never know. You never know. If we can make them big enough, you never know. Oh, you say City get easy, very funny. I'm not saying it now. I'm saying they have done. Let's not even go in the past. In the last season before, and this, you know for a fact they have. And even this season in the FA Cup, up till the third and fourth round, look who they fucking got. Home ties against Exeter and fucking Salford. League 2 team, for fuck's sake. For once, we haven't been screwed over, and you're complaining. Any streams tonight? I don't know, actually. I don't even know if there's any games or anything like that. I'll have a look. Let's have a look about this house. I'm definitely doing your game tomorrow night, Tom. Wolves Villa, Midlands Derby. I don't know. Let's have a look. Championship, Bristol Watford. That's not worth it. No. I know. Actually, there will be a 7:00 show. Actually, won't there? Because as far as I'm aware, I double check. And I need to double check with George on that. I don't think it will because there's no games this weekend for the girl for the Arsenal win. There's no, so they might not be able to show actually. From George, I need to double check. There you go. That's that. So really cup games on tonight. So probably not tonight, but it will be tomorrow. Because we've got fast forward to tomorrow. Obviously, as I say, covering your game at 5:30. I've decided that just because it's a good hate watch. Tomorrow's going to be obviously Leeds Man City. It's a hate watch towards Man City. You're more than welcome to join for that as well after you've done with initial working, obviously, or got plans. And obviously, I will do match of the day tomorrow as well. Get that going again because I have neglected that this season massively. Mainly, again, the main reason the Saturday match of the days haven't been happening this season from channel point of view is because by covering Arsenal, that most of the games have been low scoring or on TV. We've all seen the results. So yeah, but you know what? I will do it tomorrow. There's plenty of games on tomorrow. No matter what happens in your game, I will do match of the day after your one. So that's 2 streams tomorrow, and then obviously Sunday. Sunday's an interesting one because Sunday got the old firm at midday, which I'm going to do Rangers versus Celtic. I'm going to cover that, and then a few hours later, about 2 hours later, Arsenal will be playing Chelsea, so I'll be covering that as well. Obviously, so got plenty. So Saturday and Sunday, plenty of stuff going around. What's Monday going to be? Monday will be the Just a North Bank Summit this week because no WSL stuff this weekend. And Monday, Birmingham City versus Borough, not worth it. But yeah, go from there really. What's Tuesday? What's next Tuesday looking like? What's there any games next week? Oh my god! Oh, next Wednesday. Okay, so next Wednesday, Brighton Arsenal. Obviously, we're doing that. And Man City play fights, of course I do. Give me strength. Tuesday, what's Tuesday looking? Leeds, Sunderland, and I mean, with Wolves, Liverpool should win that. The only game that sort of stands out for me on next Tuesday is your game, Tom, against Sunderland. In my opinion, us on Wednesday. Oh, Spurs plays next Thursday. Oh, okay. And it's FA Cup weekend next weekend. Oh, okay. Mansfield versus Arsenal. Live at 7 p.m. UK. It's Tuesday in Texas on a Friday. So if you're a wrestling fan and obviously want to check that out, then go check that out as well. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with that. I can't. Gary, you might want to complain a bit because you got again. I read the graphic wrong. I thought you'd get Barca or Newcastle. Barca Newcastle. Yeah, I thought you'd get one. I misread it. That's my bad. But you still got a tough draw. You still got a tougher one of the. Of the potential 2 you could have got, you got the tougher one basically. Well, again, it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting in one sense. The important thing is, this is where you're going to see the real mindset of Liam Messina as a head coach at Chelsea. How he approaches that first leg in Paris. You need, if you want to have any chance of getting through that round of 16 game against PSG, you need to come back to the bridge with something, with a result. You cannot lose that. If you lose it by a goal, fair enough, you've got the chance. But if it's two goals clear, you're making it's tough work, basically. Yeah. You need to take a draw, at least a draw back to the bridge to give yourself a chance. But then again, if you were to get through that, if you were to get past PSG, you're more likely getting Liverpool in the quarter final. And historically, we always 9 times out of 10 we know how that ends for you. Oh dear. Yeah, with Strasbourg as a domestic one-off game with a team that's more unified and not. Well, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting either way. I mean, it's 2 legs, and as I say, you need to come out of that PSG game with a result. If you don't, you're in trouble. That's Chelsea's reward of being a top 8 team. Like Liverpool last year. Liverpool won the bloody league phase last year and got PSG. You've come what, 4th or 5th? I think it was. No, 5th or 6th. You're 5th or 6th draw at the thing, and you've got PSG. It's like, oh dear. That's one hit the draw for the Mighty Gunners. We dodged, massive bullet, Zanzi, massive. As I was saying, obviously, if we can get to Germany, get a result, get back to the Emirates, and kill the game off at the Emirates, take it, get through that. So, I mean, quarter final, assuming we don't fuck up the round of 16 tie and we get past Leverkusen, quarter final wise, we could, depending on, with all due respect, even on the AstroTurf in Norway, we could kill the game off in the first leg on their turf. We've got the quality we've got, basically, but we've got to go there and do the job first. We've got to get there and then do the job first, obviously. Toughest part of the draw is the semi-final. You expected that point. So, and even then, I fancy us against Barca. And we will, again, if it is Barca, we will be at home in the second leg. So we're at home for every round all the way to the final in the second leg. That makes sense. And I think, there's no way. There's no way Tottenham get past Atleti either. Yeah. Couldn't ask for a better. You literally could not get any better, basically, with how things were laid out, basically, after the playoffs. And we could maybe do what City couldn't against Bodo whilst they're home. Yeah. I wouldn't rule out Bodo getting through to the quarterfinals because of what they've done this season. So obviously knocking out Inter recently and obviously beating Man City to get themselves into a playoff spot in the first place. Yeah, bring it on, basically. I'm happy with that. So you're going to get out of it now. Been going, 44 minutes? I can't keep going on and on and on, repeating myself because, you guys get bored and dislike, basically. But my days. Thank you, UEFA, for doing us a favour. Not just because of our side of the draw, but you've potentially given Man City an absolute headache. They've got to play Real Madrid. I think they will get past Madrid over 2 legs. They've just got to come away from the Bernabeu with at least a draw, and the Etihad, they'll probably turn them apart. The Etihad, more likely, but the tougher draw will be against the Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal. Company versus Pep, another protege of Pep. Fucking hell. And again, in the time frames, again, going back to it, when they play Madrid and potentially quarterfinal against Bayern Munich, that time frame could do us a favour in the league as well, because how intense them games are going to be over the four games respectively. So if we get past PSG and the Liverpool game, who do we play in the semis? You play either Real Madrid, Man City, Atalanta, or Bayern. So basically either Bayern, Man City, or Real Madrid. Madrid, if anything, from your point of view, if you were to get to semi-finals, you want Madrid to get to semi-finals because again, over 2 legs, even you could do something against them. Man City is a weird one, but it's Europe. Yeah, Man City and Bayern are the ones you want to avoid that semi-final, basically. Sorry, Gav. If we do play Bodo, at least we won't go there when it's minus fucking stupid. Yeah, that's true as well. That is true. But yeah, I'm going to get myself out of here now. I will be back tomorrow for about, I think what time it's going to be. It's 5:30 kickoff, so about 4:15. Quarter past 5. Sorry, we'll go live 15 minutes before kickoff. We'll go live for that game. The hate watch in terms of hating on City, hoping things go well there in terms of Leeds doing us a favour. Obviously, Thomas, as I said earlier, if you are around and you're not busy, if you want to pop on at any point, you're more than welcome to just let me know. And anyone else wants to join us as well for that, that'd be appreciated. And obviously, yes, let me know. I'll send you the links. And then match of the day later on in the evening. Then Saturday, Old Firm on midday. And then a couple of hours later, Arsenal versus Chelsea in the league. And depending on how Saturday goes, could be very interesting how we go on Sunday. If we get a result the way we hope we do. Sorry, Gav. But yeah, let's see you later, guys. Give me your thoughts if you haven't already. After you're watching this back, give us your thoughts in the comment section as well. What the draw, even if you're not an Arsenal fan, so give us your thoughts on your team and where you think how far your team can potentially get as well. And yeah, and who do you think in seeing this draw now? Who do you think reaches the Champions League final? Which two teams, and out of them two teams, who do you think comes out on top? But until then, guys, take care of yourselves, and as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.